suspense. A multiple prize winner is announced by Elizabeth Taylor.
The King and I are in bed.
The King and I is a title that echoes and re-echoes tonight as award after award recognizes its many excellences for the best actors, best music, best art direction, best costume design, best sound recording, etc., etc. As Hugh Brenner was saying while capturing the Best Actor award.
I hope this is not a mistake, because I won't give it back for anything in the world.
Oscar-winning Ernest Borgnine, fresh from completing an exciting role in Three Brave Men, now announces that the Best Actress award goes to Ingrid Bergman for her role in Anastasia. Janet Gaynor, after making a happy return to the screen as Pat Boone's mother in Bernadine, names 1956's Best Picture.
Around the world,
Anastasia and the King and I contribute to earn 20th Century Fox production chief Buddy Adler the coveted Thalberg Award.
My sincere thanks to the governors of the board of the Academy and to my many associates over these many years, and my particular and fondest respect for two gentlemen who were very close to me, Darrell Zanuck, for the opportunity that he gave me, and to Spirit Skouras for the guidance and the confidence he had in me. Thank you.
Responsibilities as Atlantis' queen. I promise that I shall rule with a firm yet nurturing hand through the trials and tribulations that beset all of Atlantis. Let those who would oppose my reign tremble, for I shall bring upon them swift and righteous retribution. I promise that from this day forward, the people of the seas shall have a just and noble ruler who asks only for love and devotion in equal measure. And now take up this, the trident of Neptune. The trident of Neptune is a symbol of strength for the Atlantean people, but one cannot rule by strength alone. To that end, may you always rule your domain with the guidance of the Pearl of Wisdom. Handed from leader to leader, let the pearl show the way, and the people of the seas will prosper. My strong and lovely daughter, hold high trident and pearl, and with them the hearts of the Atlantean people.
Ah!
Jesus, Brucey!
Bruce, can we get makeup out here, please? She's supposed to be 18. She sure don't look like any 18-year-old I've ever had. Oh, well, hey there, kitten. Don't you look pretty down there on your knees? Cleo, look. You're the queen of Atlantis. You have the power to bend the 7 seas to your will. You've just been given the most powerful and influential artifact in all the oceans. But we lose that awe and mysticism if the Pearl of Wisdom is rolling around on the ground. Look! You've got to focus!
Thanks, I just wasn't me.
Look, we're trying to sell a picture here. What that means is that you must sell Aquas. You must make people believe that you are the most regal and elegant woman both on land and in the sea. And the most regal and elegant woman on land and in the sea wouldn't allow the Pearl of Wisdom to be rolling around on my set like this, now would she? Look, if John Wayne can be 2 sound stages over playing Genghis Khan, then you can certainly be the Queen of Atlantis. Now, why don't you just take a deep breath and let's try this again.
Yes, I'm sorry, Dex. But it's not my fault that some people can't hold on to their props.
Let's try it again, people. From the last line, places, everybody.
Scene 1, take 24, marker.
And action.
My strong and lovely daughter, hold high trident and pearl, and with them the hearts of the Atlantean people.
I mean, your great majesty.
Cut! Cut!
I'm so sorry, Mr. Harris. I'm so sorry, Mr. Harris. Please don't be upset. I know I can get it. Just give me the chance.
24 takes wasn't enough.
I'm doing my best.
That remains to be seen.
All right, girls. This is the first scene. And we're already 3 days behind schedule. We need to get this scene right and get it in the can before I have a heart attack. Can we shoot for that, please?
Well, if some people could remember their lines.
I remember my lines. I was up all night going over the scene. I know it like the back of my hand. I know I can get it. My mind just went blank, that's all.
24 times. Oh, 24. Is that all we've done? Well, I remember when I was filming Buccaneer Beauty, it would take Errol Flynn between 60 and 100 takes to get a scene right. Of course, he was usually so stewed to the gills, he'd forget which picture he was working on.
Thank you for understanding, Miss Ferrer.
Oh, please, don't misunderstand my little anecdote as sympathy. 24 takes is ridiculous.
I'm sorry.
You keep saying that. Is that the only line to remember?
All right, ladies. Clearly we've got some tension here. Why don't we break for lunch? Let's take 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You girls go and get yourself something to eat. Something light. Okay, dollmates? Everybody needs to get straight. We'll come back to it after we've all had a chance to cool off. We'll take it from scene 2. Okay. See, you're having some trouble here. The tension is too thick. So, here's what we'll do. Come to my office and we'll run some lines. I think I may know a few tricks that will help you loosen up. This is your first picture, and everybody has trouble their first time out. I understand this, and this is why I am here to help you in whatever way that I can. So, we'll meet in there, and I'll give you some pointers.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. I really would appreciate anything you could do, honestly.
Yes, I know.
We'll see about this. Well, darling, are you ready?
For what, Miss Ferrer?
Oh, please. I haven't been Miss Ferrer for 4 marriages now. You can call me Sophia, or Sophie if you like.
All right, Sophia. What am I ready for?
Oh, for your first trip to the director's office, of course.
I've been to Mr. Harris's office before.
Oh, yes, but not in the capacity you're going now.
What do you mean?
Well, this is a hard business. The business of show, they call it. Sometimes what you want to have seen isn't always what you have to show. You're going to have to make choices. Those choices will determine your future in this business. Well, let me put it this way. As the old saying goes, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Dexter Harris is a man who has become known for thrusting at greatness, as it were. He isn't the first to do so, and he certainly won't be the last. Oh, don't mind this. I learned to shoot on the set of Annie Oakley's Revenge. My manager thinks I should keep it for emergencies. There are a lot of crazy people out there. May I offer you some advice?
Oh, no thank you.
No, suit yourself. You'll change your mind later. Look, Dex, I'm doing my best out there. I really am.
greatness that I know you have in you, and you're wasting my time and the time of everyone else involved in this picture. Is that what you want? I'm asking you to give me the Queen of Atlantis, and you're giving me weak old tuna.
Oh, well, maybe it wouldn't seem that way if you were actually paying attention to me out there, instead of that little floozy. You're making me sick. You know, if you're going to be that way, Dex, why don't you just sleep at your place tonight?
What are you talking about? I'm trying to direct a motion picture here. I'm sorry, but you're just not giving me your best. Look, if you can't handle what I'm trying to do here, then maybe I'll just find myself someone who can.
Don't you threaten me, Dexter Harris!
Watch your tone.
Or what? Good luck, kitten.
So, kitten, you ready for our meeting?
Yes, Mr. Harris.
Please, call me Dex.
Hi there. Oh, hello. You here to audition? Excuse me? Or are you here to audition? I just got all turned around out there. The secretary at the front told me room 31C, but I thought she said room 31D, so I've just been wandering around like my drunk aunt Ethel. Finally, I decided to swallow my pride and go back and ask again. I haven't missed it, have I?
Oh, no, a few have come and gone, but I don't believe Dex has made any solid casting decisions. Well, aside from me, of course.
Good. Do you mind if I sit here?
Oh, no, not at all.
Thank you. Gosh, I can't believe I'm actually here. When I finally decided to come out west, my whole family was like, Gwendolyn Mary Francis Buchanan, y'all must be the craziest girl around. But I thought if I'm going to do it, I got to do it now, or I'll just stay in Rochelle Parish. Oh, that's in Louisiana, and I'll always regret not taking the chance. So here I am, all gussied up and ready to audition for the Queen of Atlantis. That's so exciting.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm just going off like an energetic chicken, just click, click, click away. When I get nervous, I talk. Been that way since I was a little girl.
Don't say.
So you said you was already cast. How come you're here at auditions?
Oh, well, I'm waiting for the director. When he's finished, he and I are going to have some lunch.
Lunch with the director? I'll be. That's amazing. Oh, what part did you get?
I'll be playing Aquas.
Oh, is that a big part?
Suppose you could say that. Aquas is the name of the queen.
Well, shut my mouth. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. This whole time I've been jabbering on to the Queen of Atlantis herself. I don't even care what part I get. I just figured up and down just to be part of it. I mean, I've done plenty of stage plays in high school, but to be in a big Hollywood movie? Shut my mouth.
Is that even possible?
That's what I said. Is it even possible for me to get to do this? I mean, if I get a part in this, my mom would notice. Oh my God, pinch me now because I must be dreaming. Was that who I think it was?
Yes, the Sophia Ferrer.
Wow. Is she going to be in this movie?
Not sure. I know Dex has been trying to get hold of her manager to see if she'd be interested in a role. Guess she must be if she's here.
Wow. I've never seen a real life movie star before. Do you think she'd talk to me?
That would depend on her mood, but you know, she's not the only one that's been in movies. I've been in a few myself.
Really? Oh, I am so sorry. I've just been babbling away here, and I never even thought to introduce myself. I'm Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn Mary Francis Buchanan.
Cleo Genola.
Cleo Genola, a pleasure to meet you. You know, I don't recall seeing that name in any movies I've seen. Have you been doing movies long?
About 10 years now. I've been in about a dozen motion pictures, but they've just mostly been small parts or walk-ons. Oh, that means that I was just in the background and I didn't have any lines. Before that, I was just an assistant, and I brought meals and coffee for the actors. Now that I've finally worked myself into a leading role, I'm hoping that this will be my big break.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Thank you.
So, are you from around here?
No, I'm from a small town in Idaho. I came out here just like you, chasing a dream. Almost caught it, too. I hope Queen of Atlantis is the movie that just shows the world what I can do.
Oh, do you got any family rooting for you back home?
Are you writing a book? Sorry. You seem like a very nice young lady. If you don't mind, I'd really like to get back to reading my article. Hey, I hope your audition goes really well. Wriggling.
Thank you, I hope so too. I'm really very sorry. I wasn't trying to pry. I didn't mean to offend or upset you.
Oh, no, it's fine. Brucey, I have no idea why I'm here. I've been in this business 30 years. I have 3 Oscars and 4 nominations. Some people think I can act. I don't audition. What is Dexter Harris thinking? Oh, I knew doing a film with that grade A piece of trash would be trouble. There's a reason no one in this town wants to work with Dexter Harris.
Sophia, honey, it's not an audition. Dex knows what to bring to the table, love. You are absolutely the talent of this picture.
Oh, really? Then why am I being reduced to a supporting role? The Queen Mother? Seriously?
It's a very important role.
Save the horse shit for the stables, Brucey. I know what's going on here. I know how this business works. You need me. I still have a name and plenty of faithful fans. That means that my name on the one sheet will go far to sell tickets to this drivel. If you want those ticket sales, I suggest you convince Dexter Harris to let me play the lead and not some second-rate background character.
The lead is already in cast, and sorry, but don't flip your lid. You're just not right for the lead. What I mean is the character of Aquas is supposed to be 18 years old. You look absolutely fabulous. Totally cherry. You're a vision of perfection. But 18 years you are not. We might be able to pass you off for 30 or 25 easily. Ultimately, it's not my decision to make, and Dex has already made it. I'm sorry.
Oh, please, forgive me. I forgot that unless you have rock-hard tits and a classy chassis, nobody in Hollywood wants to see you in a leading role.
The Queen Mother is a grade A part. You've got just as many, if not more, lines than Aquas. She's the driving force behind the scenes of the action. Everyone thinks that Aquas is the one calling the shots, but that's just not true. It's you. Look, this part was just written for you, doll, I swear. Let me send you the script so you can read it. If you don't like what you read, feel free to tell Dex to take a long walk off a short pier. But if you love it, which I know you will, then we can go from there. So just read it. As a favor to me, please.
Oh, Brucey, it's a good thing I adore you. Send it over with Gladys. I promise I'll take a look at it.
Thank you, my dear. I swear you won't regret it.
I better not. Oh, can I help you?
You're Sophia Ferrer, aren't you?
That's what it says on my Oscars, darling. And you are?
Gwendolyn Mary Frances Decatur.
Oh, my. That is quite a mouthful, isn't it?
I'm just so pleased as much to get to meet you, ma'am.
Well, it's always nice to meet one of my adoring fans. I was just explaining to Brucey here that you are the reason I should be playing the lead in this little picture.
Oh, I think that would just be fabulous.
Look, honey, if you don't have an appointment, you really shouldn't be here.
Oh, I do. I'm auditioning today.
That's great. Tell you what, take a seat and we'll be right with you directly.
Oh, Brucey, can't you see that the girl is a fan? Let her linger a bit.
Sure thing, whatever my Queen Mother wants.
Gwendolyn Mary Frances Decatur, is it? What part are you auditioning for? As I understand that the lead has already been taken.
Oh, I know. Miss Cleo Genola there told me she's got the part of Aquas. Isn't that just amazing?
Interesting. Very interesting. Cleo Genola, is it? Oh, hello, Sophia. We worked together before. called me a tramp and threw a ginger ale in my face.
Well, that's what the script called for.
Oh, I brought you the wrong sandwich for lunch.
So from sandwich girl to queen, that's quite the step up. I know. You must be Dexter's new squeeze that has everyone around here in such a buzz. Tell me, how long have you and he been together?
Well, not that it is any of your business, but Dexter and I have been seeing each other for the last 3 months.
3 months? It must be serious. At least serious enough for you to work your way into the lead.
Did it ever occur to you that I got the lead based on my talent?
Oh, of course, darling. But we're not talking about your on-screen talent.
I'm not the one with 3 ex-husbands.
A 4th, darling. And you're right. I certainly have been around the block a few more times than you. I'll bet that's why Dexter's so attracted to you. But that's neither here nor there. You have the lead, and so congratulations are in order. I'm sure Dexter will congratulate you several times this evening.
Miss Sprague, if you wouldn't mind, could I ask you for a few suggestions about my audition? I've never really auditioned before, and any advice you could give would be greatly appreciated.
Certainly. First, lose the accent. Unless the script calls for plantation workers, that accent will be the death of you in this business.
Oh, I don't know of any other way to talk.
Oh, dear. You are just off the bus, aren't you? From where, I wonder?
Okay.
No, let me guess. I'm going to say somewhere in rural Louisiana.
Yes, Rochelle Parish. It's a little town almost exactly between Baton Rouge and New Orleans.
Well, of course it is.
That's amazing. How could you tell?
Oh, well, one does know these things. I'm going to give you the name and number of my elocution coach. Oh, he does wonders for the orally challenged. His name is Jeffrey Dupree. You just tell him I sent you. He'll be marvelous.
Thank you. I definitely will call him. Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. We'll have you out of the swamp and into the Hollywood Hills in no time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I do have another appointment. Brucey, you'll be sure and send that script along?
You'll have it in your hands first thing in the morning, love.
Excellent. It really was a pleasure meeting you, dear. You go into that audition and you just ace it. If Dexter gives you any trouble about your audition, you just tell him I'm taking care of it.
I love you. Thank you again.
You're a hugger. Of course you are. Cleo.
Sophia?
Okay, Cupcake, are you ready?
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
Don't worry, there's nothing to it. We'll have you read a few lines from the script, try on a few costumes, easy as pie. Now, I want you to go down that hallway, 3rd door on the left. Mr. Harris, Mr. Poole, the casting director, one of the producers will be waiting for you. Got it?
Yes, sir. Down the hall, 3rd door on the left. I got it.
No need for this, sir. You can call me Bruce or Brucey. That's generally what I answer to.
Okay, Bruce. Thank you so much.
No need to thank me. It's just my job. Relax. Have fun with it. I'll be right behind you directly. Sorry about that. Are you okay?
I'm fine. So, how are things going back there, Brucey?
Oh, it's fine. You know, the usual cavalcade of people looking to get famous in a big Hollywood movie. Dex wanted me to tell you that he's almost done and it shouldn't be too much longer.
Oh, great.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
We've known each other for a while now. We've worked together on a couple pictures and we've grown pretty close in that time. So forgive me for asking, but why Dexter Harris?
Excuse me?
You're a smart, beautiful woman. You could have any guy in Tinseltown. Why a guy like Dexter? Never mind, forget I asked.
Bruce, tell me, what did you mean?
Well, Dexter's a great director. He can take the worst script and turn it into a gold mine. There's no question about that. But I've worked with him longer than I've worked with you, and I've seen him do things. When it comes to relationships, he's not the best of the breed. You know what I mean?
Appreciate your concern, Brucey, I really do. But Dexter and I have talked about his past, and he's assured me he's a changed man. Told me he regrets the things that he's done, and trust me, he's working really hard to improve himself. You know, he really is a sweet, kind, and generous man.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you at least talked about it. I better get back. Listen, if you need anything, Dollface, you come to me, okay?
Of course, you're the best.
Of course I am. Dex, everything okay?
Fine, Bruce. Did you see that luscious kitten, Bruce? She's gorgeous. Hey, will you get back there and help that young lady? The poor thing isn't quite sure which way is up right now. She's so nervous. I need you to help her relax.
Sure thing, Dex.
Hi, Dollface.
Dexter.
Look, I'm going to have to take a pass on lunch today.
Oh,
Yeah, things are taking a little longer than we expected, and we still have a few auditions scheduled. Plus, I have to meet with Patty, the seamstress, and go over a few of the costume designs. She's being difficult about a few things, and I need to make sure she understands I'm the one in charge.
okay. Well, is there anything I can do to help?
No, not at all. I tell you what, why don't you go home, and I'll ring you later. We can turn lunch into dinner. Sound good?
Of course.
Oh, great. Your tops, kitten.
Morning, boss. Geez, you've been here all night? You look like you just got 5 rounds with Rocky Marciano.
Morning, Bruce. I was up working with that young kitten most of the night. Plus, I had to work with Kenny on some rewrites.
Rewrites? Are you sure that's a good idea? We told the studio guys we'd have this picture in on time, and if we're doing rewrites, that means reshoots, and you know how the big boys upstairs don't like it when we spend more money.
Now, let me worry about the boys upstairs. These rewrites will make the picture so much more substantial. They'll add that extra bit of dramatic tension we've been looking for here. Will you make sure the girls and the rest of the crew get these this morning?
Sure thing, Dex. Bill's not going to like this.
Probably not. But like I said, we need the dramatic tension to push the story along.
I get that, Dex, but isn't this kind of a slap in the face to Cleo? I mean, you promised her the lead, and it looks to me here like you're pushing her to the side.
I haven't pushed her aside, Bruce. She's still the lead. I haven't taken that away from her. What we've done is just gone and add a little more meat on the bone, you know, something else for the audience to chew on. You know what I mean?
Sure, Dex. Dramatic tension. Looks like we'll have that in spades on and off camera.
Exactly. I want it to just ooze off the screen. The audience will eat it up with a spoon. Oh, and by the way, while I'm thinking about it, the floral guy is coming down with a delivery to the set in a few minutes. I want you to pick it up and make sure it gets delivered. Can you do that for me?
You can count on me, Dex.
That's my boy, Bruce.
Dex, before you go, there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, I was dropping off some costumes in Sophia's dressing room and found these on the floor. First, I was just going to leave them there, but then I thought maybe I should bring it to your attention.
So what do you want me to do about it? Sophia does what Sophia wants. You know that?
I guess you're right, but I was thinking maybe it's something we ought to be concerned about.
Look, what do I care what some wacky dame does to take the edge off? Especially a dame as wacky as Sophia Ferrer. I don't care if she's wacky 24 hours a day, so long as she shows up to the set and gives me a great air performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess I'll make sure I put these back. Just for argument's sake, I'll keep an eye on her. The last thing we need is for the biggest name in our picture to have some sort of incident.
Good boy, Bruce. That's some smart thinking there. So I'll see you on the set in about 20 minutes or so.
Dex, your barn door's open there, Chief.
Oh, that's it. Great air performance.
What's going on with you, Dex?
What do you mean?
Maybe it's none of my business, but I think you got a good thing going with Cleo. She's a good ship, and I'm not sure this thing you're doing with Gwendolyn is such a good idea. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the assistant director, dear Abby.
You're right, Bruce. It is none of your business. helping that poor girl from Louisiana to fit in and be comfortable in this city and in this business. And yes, I'm helping her with her performance, but things may have gone a little further than I expected. But it's nothing I can't handle. And don't you worry about Cleo, I can handle her too. Now, with your permission, I'm going to go have that shower now.
Whatever you say, Dex.
Bruce, give me the ball.
Are you sure, Dex?
Yeah, I'll have a talk with Sophia and make sure everything's on the up and up.
Sure thing, Dex. Morning, sweetheart. How's my favorite little honeydew?
Good morning, Brucey. I'm all right. Just a bit tired. Dex was supposed to come over last night, but I guess he got caught up in something.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, looks like he sent you with a beautiful apology, though.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. These are for kittens. I mean, Gwendolyn.
Oh, well, I suppose she probably has a darling beau back home. Sending her some well wishes.
Certainly, love. And you know, if I had the money, I'd buy you roses by the truckload. Of course, they still couldn't compare to how beautiful you are inside and out.
Oh, you are so sweet, Brucey. You know, I have been meaning to ask you, how did your evening go with that strapping saucy dancer?
You mean Ramon? Honey, that flame fizzled before you started.
Oh, sorry to hear that. You seem like a nice fellow.
He seemed that way. Last easy on the eyes, but not so easy on the heart. Don't feel too bad for me. As the song says, someday my prince will come. Here are some rewrites Dex wants you gals to go over for today.
Rewrites? What is this garbage, Bruce? Since when does Aquas have a sister?
I would say since Kitten got her claws into Dex last night. Look, I know this isn't great news, but maybe you could use the anger you're feeling now on set. The script says they don't get along. I don't know. Use it to build the dramatic tension of the piece.
That sounds like something Dexter would say.
What a coincidence. It's exactly what he said when he handed me the pages.
Of course.
Please don't be mad at me. I'm just doing what I'm told.
I could never be mad at you, Brucey. But you can bet that Dexter Harris and I will be having a conversation.
Good morning, lovelies. Here are some rewrites that we're going over today.
Oh, good. Rewrites. I hope they fix that god-awful soliloquy I have in Act 2. People who aren't Shakespeare shouldn't try to be.
Not exactly. And these are for you, my dear.
For me? What a surprise! I wonder who they're from. Aw, they're from Dex. Wasn't he just a sweet?
Oh, my. Well, that didn't take long, did it?
No, it certainly didn't. Looks like you've slept your way to success.
Oh, excuse me.
Pot, I'd like you to eat kettle.
You're both black, so let's get over it. Besides, it's only third billing. It's hardly Fat City. Don't let her rattle your chain, darling. She's nothing but apple butter. Drink?
It's 7 a.m.
Oh, God, we're late. It's the nature of the business, dear. We've always known Big Daddy prefers chicks to hens.
But may not be a spring chicken, but it's certainly not a hen.
Oh, of course, dear.
I'm really sorry. I didn't know any of this was going to happen.
So what
was going to happen?
I don't know. Honestly, I've never done anything like this before. I've never had a big-name movie director interested in me. When I met him in his office, I didn't really know what to expect, but he was really sweet. We talked for a long time about the process and how to get more in touch with my character and things like that. He gave me some really good advice on how to find out who my character is within the context of the script. When he kissed me, it startled me, so I slapped him. But then he apologized and promised not to do it again. Then we talked some more. He told me about where he was from, and I told him about growing up in Rochelle Parish, and all the while I was thinking about being in a movie and what it would be like to be a big star like Sophia. Then I remembered something Sophia had said. She said there are times when you'll have to make choices in this business. Those choices will determine your future. So I made a choice. I kissed him. And I'm sorry, maybe that wasn't the right thing to do, but he had made it clear to me that you and he weren't anything special.
And you believed him.
Did I have a reason not to? The last time I saw the two of you speaking, you were fighting. You seem to always be fighting.
He can be infuriating. That doesn't excuse what you did.
Did you ever wanted something so bad that you would do anything to get it? I want to be a star. Sophia back there, she's on top and no one tells her what to do. Going to lunch with her, I've seen the admiration that the fans have given her, and I want that. I've never been admired or looked up to. I've always only been that awkward girl in the back of the choir that no one wants around. Now, I have the chance to be something great. You tell me, if you saw the opportunity, wouldn't you take it?
Hey, Tiger.
Henry, what are you doing here?
Folks said you were leaving town.
That's right, I am.
No, I thought you were just fooling around talking about that the other night.
No, I wasn't fooling. Going to Los Angeles, and I want to be an actress.
Los Angeles?
I know, I'm so excited. I mean, really scared too. This is an awful big step to take, but I really want to go. And I know that if I don't do it now, I never will.
I mean, what about your job? Your friends just gonna pack up and leave all that behind?
You act like you're never going to see me again, Henry. Don't be so dramatic. That's my job. Listen, I told my folks that I'd write them as much as I could. I'll make you the same promise. And then, once I've made a name for myself and I can afford it, I'll come back to visit. Won't that be nice?
Sure. I mean, I suppose. You know, I'd much rather you just stay here. Los Angeles is a big city. People are different in the city. They don't act the same or treat others the same. Look, I wouldn't know what to do if you got hurt. I mean, you would just kill me.
Well, you're so sweet to worry. But I'll be all right. My cousin Beth, she lives in Fullerton. That's just right outside of LA. And her and her husband Bill said I could stay with them until I got on my feet, find a place of my own.
Look, that's very kind of you, Tiger.
But what?
You remember that picnic we went out on Lake? That was a great day. I mean, the sun was shining, the birds were chirping happily, and you looked out, you were beautiful in that sky blue dress with the red bow in your hair. You know, you were such a vision. Do you remember the promise we made each other that day?
Of course. We promised that we'd always be together no matter what, whether in body or in spirit. You looked so dashing that day. And you asked me to marry you.
You said we were too young and weren't ready yet.
Well, I was 15. You were barely 17. You were too young.
Told me they asked you again when we were older. Well, we're older now.
Henry, please.
I've been saving up the last little while. I've saved enough that we can get a place together.
Henry Stallings, are you saying what I think you're saying?
I could go with you. That way you wouldn't have to go alone. You have someone familiar there to support you. And I can get used to living in the big city. You know, as long as I got to be there with you, it wouldn't be so.
What about your father? He's not going to just let you quit if you start school in the fall. I couldn't be responsible for taking any of that away from you.
What do you mean? You know, I'm sure they have schools there in Los Angeles. And as for my father, he doesn't control what I do now. I'm 20, I'm my own man. And you know, I can do what I want. And what I want to do is to go with my girl to Los Angeles.
You're the sweetest man in the entire world. I couldn't do that to you.
You wouldn't do anything. I could go with you and we could be together. You want to be there, don't you?
You're a wonderful man. I do love you with all of my heart. But I have to do this on my own. You have your whole life set up for years, working for your father, starting school. And that's the path that you're on. It's a wonderful path. But my path is going in a different direction. Henry, I have an amazing opportunity, and I owe it to myself to take it.
To hell with anyone else who cares for you.
Really?
Look, fine. Look, this is what you want to do. Look, then I hope you'll be happy.
Henry, don't be angry with me. I never meant to hurt you.
Then don't. You know, don't hurt me, don't leave.
I have to. But I promise that we'll always be together, and you'll always be with me. I'll always be your tiger lily.
When do you leave?
My train leaves in an hour.
I wish all the happiness in the world as I could.
Hiya, Dollface.
Dexter?
Look, I know you're upset about the rewrites, but you have to admit it will add an unmistakable amount of tension that this film can really use.
It's not just the rewrites, Dex. How could you do this to me?
Do what? What have I done to you? I've given you the lead role in a film that can put you on the map. I've given you a chance to shine.
You know what I'm talking about. I mean, you and Gwendolyn. How could you do this? After you told me how much I need you, you said that I was your goddess. I was your divine inspiration. That was just a crook, wasn't it?
No, you are my goddess and my divine inspiration. Why, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have thought to make that girl into something of an arch nemesis for your character. I swear, she doesn't mean anything to me. It's always been you.
No, it's always about your movie.
This business can be a monster. Look, I know I've been hard on you lately, but it's only because I believe you have it in you to be the greatest actress since Hepburn. Truly. But you're just not going the full distance to give the kind of performance needed for this picture. We're in the movie business. That's the key word, business. It's our job to get people's butts in the seats and keep them there for 2 hours. We have to take them away from their regular lives of being housewives and homemakers, workaholics and family men, It's our job to take them into a world of fantasy and show them stories that will make their blood pump and their hearts swoon. People have to look up onto that big silver screen there and see Aquas in all her regal glory and want to be her. Want to rule over the oceans with grace, beauty, vulnerability, and tenacity. You have to make people want to be Aquas. I'm sorry, but with the performance you're giving me, all I see is Cleo Genola, little Idaho girl pretending to be a pretty princess. It's not selling because you're not selling it.
I don't know what to do. With what's going on between us, Dex, I can't concentrate. I'm trying my best. I really am. But it's hard for me to get into a character that I don't relate with. I don't feel beautiful, graceful, or tenacious. I feel like everything that I have been working for the last 10 years is steadily slipping through my fingers.
Don't blame me for your lack of concentration. I've been working my tail off to get the best performance out of you that I can, but I can't work miracles. You've got yourself hung up on what's going on with me and what's her name, then you're not giving full attention where it needs to be. You need to focus on your performance and get yourself back on track. Not worry about what's going on between me and that girl, because that's nothing. I need to focus on getting this picture done and doing whatever I have to do to ensure that happens. If that means getting together with a young up-and-coming actress to go over what she can do to give me a fantastic performance, then that's something I have to do. It's my duty as a director. Trust me, you have nothing to worry about.
I'm sorry, Ellis. I don't know what to do.
I think I have something that might help you out. You need something to help you get yourself together. Something to help you get yourself back on track, to help you focus. Now here, I think these may do you some good.
Max, I don't want to perform faded.
Oh, sweetheart, I've got news for you. You're faded now. Ask yourself what's worse. Be faded or be irrelevant. Nobody wants to be irrelevant, do they? So it's your choice. Be faded or fade out. Now here, I think these will do you some good. You need to put a little pep back in your step.
Okay, if this is what you
What I want is for you to be the beautiful queen of Atlantis that I know you can be.
want. Okay.
That's my little chickadee. Now, I'll meet you on the set in about 10 minutes. We're going to start with the big merman battle sequence, and then we'll move on to some of the rewrites.
I've had the opportunity.
Hey, Dex, I need to talk to you about something.
Can it wait, Brucey? I need to get through these new script rewrites and get back with the writers. We're trying to convey the love triangle between Aquas, her sister, and the royal god Theseus. So far, it plays like Antony, Cleopatra, and Caesar. The audience has already seen that. I want to do something fresh.
I wish it could wait, Dex, but it's something that could very well affect the future of our production.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well,
Well, spit it out, Bruce. You're worse than an extra.
I'm worried about Cleo.
Yeah, what's wrong with Cleo?
she's not herself lately. She started to show up late on set, and even when she does arrive, she's in hair and makeup for far longer than usual because she hasn't bothered to get herself together. She looks like she's not sleeping. Look, I know it's none of my business, but I think whatever happened between the two of you hit her pretty hard.
Don't worry, Brucey. She's a tough cookie. Trust me, she's fine. She's just gotten really, really deep into her performance, that's all. Okay? She's just been burning a little midnight oil. It's the nature of the business. It's Hollywood, Brucey. Okay? Don't worry about it.
Come on, Max, it's more than that. She barely talks to anyone. She looks like she's not eating. She just shuts herself up in her dressing room until she's needed on set. Even then, it takes an army of assistants to get her ready. It's been worrying me for a little bit now. But I talked to her because we've always been close, but when I tried to take her lunch and asked her what was wrong, she slammed the door in my face. Look, I think that whatever you did, it's...
What I did? You think it's my fault the broad is going loopy?
No, of course not, Max. It's just that
She's giving me the best performance of her life. Look, she's finally gotten deep into the character. It's taken her long enough, but she's finally there, and this picture is benefiting from it. I don't care if she's flaking 24 hours a day, so long as she keeps giving me that kind of performance and helps me make my picture.
Gosh, we both know that process never ends well. And Cleo's too good and sweet a girl to let that happen to. I know she's giving you exactly what you want right now, but we have to think about the toll it's taking on her. I'm going to see what I can do to help her.
Bruce, if you do anything to interfere with the integrity of this picture, I'll have no choice but to make sure you never work in this town again. Now, this is the last time we're going to speak on the matter. Drop it, Brucey.
Sure thing, Dennis. You know, Dexter Harris, you're a prince among men.
Hello? Yes, this is she. May I ask who's calling, please? The Times? Oh, my. Yes, of course. I read your newspaper every morning. It's wonderful. Well, yes, I have recently been given the opportunity to play opposite Miss Cleo Genola and the fabulous Sophia Ferrer. Yes, that is my full name, Gwendolyn Mary Frances Bucator. I do realize it's quite a mouthful. I have been thinking about giving myself something Sophie calls a stage name. Well, I don't have one picked out quite yet, though I have a few options. Oh, absolutely. It's a wonderful picture we're working on. It's my first film, so I'm really glad to be a part of the cast. Mr. Harris? He's terrific. Yes, he is a visionary, a truly artful director. He's taught me a great deal so far. Excuse me? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude or sound ungrateful, but isn't that a question you should be asking Miss Genola? After all, she is the star of this film. Oh, Mr. Harris told you to call me. Well, I'm very flattered. That is a tough question. I suppose the first time I knew I wanted to be an actress was when I was a little girl growing up in Rochelle Parish. That's in Louisiana.
Dear God, I look absolutely dreadful. It seems as if the harder we strive to fight the passage of time in our bodies, the harder it fights back and presents itself even more horrendously and prominently. 5 years ago, I had the skin of a marble angel, smooth, sleek, radiant. Now it's drooped and faded like watered down driftwood. Oh! I swear I didn't have a double chin last week. I'm beginning to look more and more like Orson Welles. That man was dashing in his day. Now he's just a plump old man who sounds like a drunkard.
Don't be ridiculous, Sophia, my dear, you are a picture of beauty. You are what little girls aspire to be.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Lucy. Thank you. What do you have there? More regrets? Oh, I really wish they'd make up their mind as to where they want this picture to go.
Well, ever since they decided to change Gwendolyn's character into Aquas's sister, they've been hard at work trying to add more palpable, dramatic tension.
Trust me, darling. There is plenty of dramatic tension. I haven't been in an atmosphere this hostile since my second divorce. I'm certain it's the reason my skin can't hold itself together. Everybody's so on edge with everyone else. Their stress is making me stress, and my stress is making me old. Oh, that's my dear Brucey, I cannot abide. We must do something to raise the spirits around here.
I agree, but what do you suggest?
Oh, just a small soiree with cast and crew. We could do it on the sound stage.
Oh, I don't know if Dex or the producers will allow for that.
Oh, please, Brucey. As if Dexter Harris or any of those penny-pinching producers have any real say in what I want to do. I'm the star of this show, and they know it. It'll do them well to keep me happy, or I walk. If I walk, so does the revenue for this little Ellis. So be a dear and make the arrangements, won't you?
Your wish is my command.
I should certainly hope so. And I really think we should invite Cleo. Well, I know she and I haven't had the friendliest of pasts, but I'd like to remedy that if I could.
I've been worried about her myself for a little bit now.
I understand. She hasn't been herself. Well, not lately, not since.
Dex decided he wanted to juggle her and Gwendolyn.
Oh, she has so much to learn about this business. It's unfortunate, but I had to go through all the same things coming up. Philandering directors, whom I married to. Backstabbing ingenues wanting to make a name for themselves, and so much more. Producers, archetypes, unrealistic expectations, wanton fickleness. Those are the cogs that make up most of the Hollywood machine. I was lucky enough to not get ground up in the industry. Well, I didn't get away completely unscathed. But it gave me the strength to endure. It's that strength that has made me a bit hard to be around. I know I can be difficult to deal with, but it's the only way I know how to be anymore. We can only hope for Cleo's sake that it's not too late. Oh, I really would hate to see her turn into me.
And if she can't?
We'll just have to do what we can to set her back on the right path. Now be a dear and bring me my Rolodex. I think a personal invitation from me might go a long way to make Cleo feel more welcome. And it'll give me a chance to talk to her about all this. Oh, please see that she arrives, Brucey. I'm counting on you.
As you wish, my dear.
They didn't? But they said that they enjoyed my reading. Listen, I could read that part differently today. Like, I don't have any problem. But I can play younger. Look, Dexter Harris said that if Queen of Atlantis does well, the studio will put me under contract. And then I can do any picture that the studio... Oh. I see. No, I suppose I was being overly optimistic. Well, but they're sure, and there's nothing I can do to change their mind, is there? Yes, of course. There'd be so many other roles. So many other roles.
Hey, tired of it.
How did you get here?
Took the train. It was a long ride, but just seeing you sit there made it all worthwhile.
No, I mean, what are you doing here?
Well, your mom and dad are going to come and check in on you. You know, you hadn't written them in quite a spell. You ever get worried? You hadn't written me a bit longer. But, you know, I figured you were busy with the movies and all.
You can say that. Why did you come?
Well, you know, I've been helping my dad on the farm since he's been real sick. Helping mom with the twins and working at the plant, and dad's feeling better. I was able to get some time off, so I hopped on a train, came down here, decided to see how you were doing, see if you were okay. You know, Los Angeles is a big city. Got lost 3 times trying to find this place.
How'd you find me?
Your letter said your address on it. It is now about time. I can come back tomorrow morning if you prefer. I don't mind it.
Oh, no. Don't be silly. I'm fine. I just had a not so great phone call. That's all. Would you care for a drink?
When did you start doing that?
Well, I'm a little girl anymore, Henry.
All right, sure. I'll have a quick nip. You know, Millie and Danny finally tied the knot
Oh, really? When did that happen?
this last Easter. It was at that First Baptist Church on Kettle Drive. Beautiful ceremony. Everyone in town was there. It was a standing room only, so you know. It was fun. Because, you know, Danny's brother Marty was the best man. And when it came time to exchange rings, well, Marty had forgotten to give the rings to their father for safekeeping on account he might lose in the fields. And in case old Sherman ended up giving it to her mom, she put it in her purse. Well, needless to say, when the preacher asked for the rings, there was quite a ruckus until they found it. You know, I thought Millie was going to hog-tie Danny right then and there, in front of God and everybody, but, you know, the rings were found, the crisis was averted. You got married, good and proper. You know, in your last letter, said you were going to audition for a big movie. How'd that go?
Good. I got the lead. You are looking at Aquis, the Queen of Atlantis.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. Having the best time. You don't know what it feels like, Henry. Have all the cameras on you. To know that in just a month or so, thousands of people, they'll be watching you on that big silver screen all across the country. It's an amazing feeling. And I'm working with some wonderful people who I just adore. And I met someone.
Oh?
Yeah, he's a swell guy. He's the movie's director. His process is amazing. He will take you and groom you. He'll fill you with hope, optimism, tell you that you're beautiful, that you're amazing, that you're the best fit for the role. But you believe him. It's very convincing. So, take him up on his advancements. Let him say and do anything because, as he says, it's all because he loves you. He only wants the best from you. He's very good at his job. So good.
that you believe he actually cares for you, maybe even loves you. But then, once you're in the role, and you're doing the best that you can, he constantly criticizes you. All beautiful sentiments, flowers, dinners, the kisses of loving declarations, they turn into admonishments and warnings about not looking young enough, eating too much, not eating enough, forgetting your lines. The queen of Atlantis wouldn't let the pearl of her wisdom roll around on my set like that. You're not making me believe you rule the 7 seas. Only take half a lunch today, doll face. You're looking a little bloated. We can't have Aquas looking like a bloated sea whale.
Okay, maybe you better sit down.
And then, you notice he starts looking at the younger model that just got off the bus. Starts giving her all of the attention that he used to give to you. Invites her to his office, sends her flowers, takes her out to dinner, goes to the writer, and has them rewrite the script to make her part just as good, if not better, than yours. After 10 years of being in this business, it starts to hit you. After all of the auditions, callbacks, all of the struggles, the menial labor, the ups and the downs, it starts to sink in. It's not him. Not completely. It's this business. This business. It's constructed on dreams of stardom, but it is built on tears and lies and false hope.
Hey, look, it's really that bad. Why don't you come back home?
What?
Come home. I mean, your mom probably would love to see you.
So you come to save me, Henry Stallings?
Yes. Yes, I have. I mean, for you, I'd walk through the fires of hell and damnation and spit on the devil himself. You're my tiger lily emperor.
I thought I was the dramatic one.
Look, I'm being serious, Cleo. Come home. You won't have to deal with any of this anymore.
And then what?
What do you mean?
And then what? I've been doing this for 10 years now, Henry. It's my life. It's all that I know how to
It's
do.
killing you. I can see that. Look, the tiger lily I knew wouldn't let herself get beaten down like this. She was strong and full of fire. Come home. Then you and I together, and we'll get you a job somewhere. Maybe teaching drama at the high school, and I'll take over my pop's business there in town, and you'll want for nothing ever again. Come on. Please. I hate seeing you like this, please.
I see now. Haven't come to save me. You've come to take me for yourself.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Is it? Why else would you suddenly hop a train, come all the way down to Los Angeles? You've always wanted me just to be with you and not do what I wanted. You've always hated the idea of me chasing my dreams. Well, I'm sorry, Henry, but my dreams led me here. My biggest dream is to be a movie star. I want people to love me. I want people to adore me. I want people to look at me on that big silver screen and want to be me. I don't want to be some washed-up actress teaching high school drama. It's not who I am. And as much as I hate to say it, I am not, nor will I ever be, yours. Henry, I'm sorry. I know that you love me, and And I do love you, but it's not the kind of love that you want. I'll cherish growing up together in the times we had, but you're not my hero. And you can't just come down here with that country boy charm, your sweet smile, and expect me just to drop everything that I have built here. I cannot and I will not give up just because things are getting a little rough. I am still strong, and I still have fire.
Okay, Tiger Lily.
I'm not your Tiger Lily. Not anymore.
It wasn't my intention to bother you. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
Henry, I just...
No. You've got your say. It's my turn now. Please. You're right. I have loved you from the time we were both knee-high to a grasshopper. That's never been a secret. I didn't come here to take you back to myself. I hate because you stopped writing. And you stopped calling. You know, people who care for you are getting worried. People who love you and adore you. Before you stopped writing, the lips got shorter and shorter each time. It's like you were gradually becoming someone different. Someone I didn't know. Someone who didn't care about where they came from, or the place they grew up. And I'm sorry. I just couldn't abide by that. So, make the folks upon that get on a train and come down here and see how you were doing, and yes, take you back to a place you don't have to change for people who care about you. But you made it clear this is the life you want to lead. And because I love you, I'll respect your wishes.
People change, Henry. Whether you like it or not, people change. This is who I am now. I know what I want, and I'm going after it the best way that this business has shown me how.
It may be the best way, doesn't mean it's the right one.
Well, that's my choice. And if I want to make that choice and become the star that I know I am meant to be, well, then that's what I have to do.
Look. I can't get a train back from this flight. And I'm not gonna bother you anymore. But if you just want to talk, staying at the Starlight Hotel, room 203. Especially if you just want to talk.
Truly wish that things could be different. Henry, would you please tell my folks that I'm doing all right, and I'll write to them as soon as I can.
I will. Take care of yourself, Terry. Take care of yourself.
You too, Henry, and have a safe trip home.
Where the hell is that Daffy Day? We've got 5 scenes to shoot today, and we're already behind schedule.
I don't know, Dex. I haven't seen her. Last I checked, she was in her dressing room. What about Gwendolyn? Have you seen her?
Don't worry about Gwen. I know exactly what's going on with her. She'll be here soon. Look, go get Cleo, will you? I swear, if we're put any more behind schedule because of that...
Dexter, darling, why don't you take a powder? Go and calm yourself down. We'll call you if Cleo arrives.
You don't tell me what to do, Ferrer.
No, but I am sure it would be even more difficult to get those scenes filmed with 2 of your leads missing.
Just what exactly are you implying?
No, I'm not implying anything, Dexter Harris. I'm simply saying that unless you go and calm down, I'm going to disappear into my dressing room. And you won't hear from me until I am good and ready. That could put your precious production far more behind schedule than I think you might.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, wouldn't I? Don't underestimate me, darling. John Ford underestimated me in '51, and I stalled that production for 2 weeks until I got my part. You, sir, are no John Ford.
Have you been spoken to Cleo this morning?
I'm afraid not, darling.
You have to find her. You check with the costume mistress. I'll look at dressing room and makeup. You may be immune to Dex's furies, but I'm not.
Oh, Brucey, please. We all know Dexter Harris is full of piss and wind. He has about as much pull in this town as a cab driver. The only difference is the cab driver realizes when he's reached the end of the road.
Good God, Cleo! Where have you been? We've been working stick.
I'm here.
Dex, she's here.
Let's get this filled with a can.
Oh, good, you're here too. Dex, all 3 lovely ladies are present and accounted for. I think we're ready to go when you are.
Gwen, dear, isn't it a little early in the day for you to be this happy?
Oh, I'm just walking on cloud 9. You won't believe what just happened to me. I just came from the producer's office. They put me under contract. I just signed a mortgage deal with the studio. This is wonderful.
Oh, well, that is something, isn't it? Congratulations, dear.
That's great, honey. Isn't that great, Cleo?
Oh, and we've just decided on a stage name for me, too. You're now looking at Miss Lynn Francis. Isn't that just amazing?
Lynn Francis? Lynn Francis. Lynn Francis! Well, the studio put you under arrest for her? This is absolutely remarkable.
Okay, sweetheart, we have a film to shoot today.
Of course, Bruce, I'm a professional. So let's get it done.
Dex, you can't even stand up straight.
Surprised you could stand up at all after what I heard coming out of Dexter's office last night. Idea you were so Christian. I suppose all that praying really paid off, didn't it? The studio has blessed you with a 4-picture deal. Well done, hussy. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. What I meant to say was, Miss Lynn Francis, hussy!
I'm not a hussy.
What's that? Huh?
I'm not a hussy, Cleo. Look, I'm sorry that you don't think things are working out for you, but you have a lead in a major film. You're Queen Aquis. Why can't that just be enough? You have been glaring at me and making comments at my expense for days, and I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, it's not what you've done, honey. It's who. You have been stealing things from me since you got off the bus. First, you got your claws into Dexter with your naive little farm girl act. And then, the writers give you scenes that should have been meant for me. Now you get contracted video, what? Early a week? I have been sweating, slaving in this town for the better part of a decade. Slim Francis, I could give 2 shits about your arms, son.
Do you think that you're the only one the worst part around here? I have been doing my best to keep up with you and Sophia. You're both so much better than I am. And you're right, I just got off the bus. But I came into this blind. Did you help me? No, you just complained and drank and hid in your dressing room. And don't you dare blame me for Dexter. He approached me. He was tired of dealing with you on a daily basis. Tired of your whining and constant need for attention, all the while not giving you the performance that you're capable of and that he needed from you. What did you expect him to do? He couldn't keep trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip. He moved on. You should too. Don't be bitter just because I'm today's headlines and you're yesterday's fish wrap.
Oh, how dare you?
How dare I? How dare you? At least I show up to the set, not smelling like I spent 3 days soaking in old number 7. Maybe that's why the producers haven't offered you a contract. They aren't interested in any actress who's so near to being pickled.
Oh, girls! Girls! Trust me, Dexter Harris is no one to get fussy over. Now, John Houston. There was a director I could really sink my teeth into. As for contracts, I know quite a few actresses who are under contract and are generally further into the winds than Miss Genola here. Producers don't look for talent, they look for box office revenues. Regardless, we must maintain our composure. Be classy, ladies, not crazy.
Come on, sweetheart. Maybe you should just take 15 minutes, get yourself pulled together, take a few deep breaths.
Oh, Bruce. I can do this. Let me do this.
Queen of Atlantis, scene 32, take 1, marker.
And action!
My people, war is a horrible beast. It is a nightmare beast whose thirst is never sated with the blood of the innocent spilt on the battlefield. You who have been through so much, you make me proud to be your queen. With each battle waged, we draw closer to our victory. With each enemy slain, we take one step closer to our goal. But we must not give up. We must never give up. We who have so much to fight for, we must steel ourselves for the coming battles. We must reach within ourselves, find the strength to carry on. For it is in those times that are darkest we must search ever harder for the light. There are those of you who feel that we cannot win. You fear the enemy's numbers are too great. But you believe we will be overcome. I say to you, stand resolute, persevere, for we are great, and the 7 seas will be ours again. My people, you must stay as strong
You are Aquis. You are the sovereign of the 7 seas. You rule with firmness and steady hand and a gentle heart. You are Aquis. This is my love. Operator, please connect me with the Starlight Hotel. The exchange is Klondike 5, 2523. Thank you. Yes, may I please have Henry Stallman's room 203? What do you mean he's not answering? He said he would be there. No message. Cleo, darling, are you in there? Look, I know you're having a tough time of it right now, but we really have so many more scenes we need to film today, so I'm going to need you to pull yourself together. Cleo. Mildred, is Dexter Harris in his office? Can you please have him come to Cleo Genola's dressing room at once? Yes, it's important. Thank you. Operator, we need an ambulance at Northwood Studios, please. Can you send someone right away?
Cleo, what is so important that you got me out of a meeting with... Mildred, call Gus. Tell him we've got a fallen star in dressing room 2. Yeah, Cleo. Look, make it fast, Mildred. We gotta get ahead of this thing before the press sniffs it out. It's a real shame. She could really have been something.
Something? Something? She wasn't something. She was someone. She was a human, you heartless piece of shit. She was here with us. Day after day, she gave everything she had to the great queen of Atlantis for you that she forgot who she was. She lost herself in pursuit of that fame you dangled in front of her like a carrot. You told her you loved her, that she was amazing, and then you tore her apart with your little criticisms and your philandering with the rest of the cast and crew. I know that Gwendolyn isn't the only one having lessons in your office. Dexter Harris and his famous after-hours acting lessons. You directors are all the same. You milk every scrap of dignity and self-respect out of women who don't know any better, because they believe you when you tell them you'll make them a star. I was one of them, you bastard. I was used and abused just like she was. But I found my strength. You never even gave her time to find hers. You just kept chipping away, telling her you needed more, that she wasn't good enough, that she needed a little cup in her step. You told her she was wonderful, all for the sake of your motion picture. And then you stand there and say that to me with a straight face, that she could have been something. She could have been alive. For 30 years, I have watched this industry chew women up and spit them out. I have seen more than my share of broken women, irreparably damaged by the promise of fame. No more, Dexter Harris. You will not do this to another soul. I give you my solemn promise before God. You will never work in this industry again.
Oh, please, Sophia. Save the righteous indignation for the masses, will you? You think I'm responsible for this? I didn't make that woman do anything. I didn't force her to stay late for reshoots. I didn't twist her arm to take those pills. You act like I'm some soulless devil. Well, let's just turn that judgment around for a second and see what we find. You had every opportunity to help her, to warn her, to try to set her on the right, but you didn't. You just threw your little parties, drank yourself silly, and demanded top billing. Because you are under the delusion that somehow you're irrelevant in this city. Well, I've got news for you. You're about as relevant as last year's news clippings. No one lines up to see Sophia Ferrer anymore. I gave you this job as a favor to your ex-husband, so you'd stop living in his guest house. Cleo, she was a train wreck before we even started this picture. Like every other dame that's worked in this business longer than 5 years, she started to think she was owed something. Well, this business doesn't owe. It doesn't give. It takes. We all know this before we step in front of the camera for that first screen test. Anyone who doesn't is just as deluded as she was. Now, I haven't got time for any more of your daffy nonsense. Gus will be here any minute, and I assume you've already called an ambulance. I've got a press release to write and some explanations to figure out. Excuse me.
No, you don't get away with it that easily.
Yeah, watch me.
Hey, Dex, Mildred said you were in here. Is everything okay?
Oh my God!
What the hell, Sophia? What are you doing?
He can't get away with it anymore, Bruce. He doesn't care about any of us. You know the truth.
Bruce, call the police. Miss Ferrer has lost her mind. She's distraught over Cleo's death, and she's not thinking clearly.
On the contrary, I've never been thinking more clearly. You know the truth, Brucey. You know he pushed her until she couldn't take it anymore. If I don't stop him now, she won't be the last.
Sophia, I'm sure Dexter isn't to blame for all of this. Cleo had problems. She just didn't know how to face them. We can't blame Dexter for that.
Oh, second he loses interest, it'll all be gone. No more movie, no more contract, no more Lynn Francis.
You know what you're saying. Dexter and I are in love. You would never do anything like that, would you, Dex?
Of course not.
No. Is that what he told you? In love? Oh, he must have a lot of love to go around. Why don't you ask Patty in wardrobe if he loves her? Or Samantha in the secretary's pool? Well, even Mildred has fallen under the thrall of Dexter Harris, hasn't she, Dex?
You don't know what you're talking about. You're upset. Just calm down before you do something you'll regret.
Come on, Sophia, he's right. You can't do this. If you do this, you're not just killing him, you're killing your career. What would your fans think? How would they feel if they knew Sophia Ferrer was going to spend the rest of her life in jail for a moment's weakness? It cost someone their life. You can't do it. Not because you don't want to. Believe me, I understand. I really do, but this is not something you're prepared to face now, is it?
I don't care. I don't care anymore, Brucey. All he'll do is tell the press some made-up fantasy. And they'll believe him because they have no reason not to. And Cleo doesn't deserve that kind of legacy.
What kind of legacy are you giving her if you do this in her name? This isn't something Cleo would want, Sophia. Surely you realize that. Come on, give me the pistol. Please. Go wait in your dressing room. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let anyone in except me when I come. Do you understand? When? When do you understand?
What are you going to do?
Actually, you don't worry about that. Go with Sophia.
What?
Don't argue with me. Gus, our damage control guy, will be here any minute. You have to trust me. Let me handle this. You deserved so much more than this. If I could trade places with you, I would. And a hummingbird's heartbeat. Rest well, my queen. It's been an honor to serve you.
Say that I do, dear. All I know is that I received a call last night telling me that the production was going ahead as planned. The call I received told me to be here this morning ready to shoot.
I got a call too. I wonder what's going on. Did you go to Dexter's service? I didn't see you anywhere.
No. I do not feel the need to mourn a man with whom I have little more than a working relationship.
The studio said I had to go because they wanted to show the public how well loved he was. Anyone under studio contract was obligated to attend.
Then for once, I am happy I am no longer under studio contracts.
I thought you had 2 more films for the studio.
No. This is my last film. You can't do anything more.
Won't they be upset?
Oh, I'm sure they will be. There'll be threats of court and fines for breach of contract, but in the end, I'm glad to walk through those fines. The wise actor once said, I have said my last lines, and I will exit with dignity.
Did the studio hold a service for Cleo? I haven't heard anything.
No, Cleo was not a contracted talent, so the studio was under no obligation to provide service for her. However, I spoke with most of the cast and crew, and we all decided to chip in and have a little service for her.
No one said anything to me.
No, I told them not to. Do you really think you deserve to be there? After everything that happened? I'm sorry, dear, I know I'm here because of me. But you were not a friend. You made that choice the second you walked into Dexter Harris's office. I warned you about choices. They do have consequences.
There are times where I regret doing what I've done.
And there's hope for you yet.
But you weren't her friend either. You could have helped her, but you didn't. You just smoked your cigarettes, reminisced about all of your ex-husbands, and complained. When all the problems started, you didn't even lift a finger. Why did you deserve to be there?
Because my young darling. I owed it to her because I did not.
Bruce, thank heavens, maybe you can tell us what's going on. Who's this?
Oh, Henry, I'm so glad you could make it. How are you?
As well as the expected, Miss Ferrer.
Oh, please, what have I told you? Sophia.
Sophia. I came by the...
Oh, there's absolutely no need, my dear. I'm happy to help.
Bruce, who's this? A new producer?
This is Henry Stallings. He was Cleo's paramour from back home. Henry, this is Miss Lynn Francis.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Francis. Sophia, are you sure there isn't anything I can do to show my gratitude for what you've done for Cleo? Anything at all?
You just make sure her family back home knows she made it. She became a star.
I will.
Henry wanted to take Cleo home after the services, but Sophia convinced him it's not what Cleo would have wanted. Sophia persuaded him to allow her to have Cleo buried in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
I just couldn't do anything I know in my heart Cleo wouldn't have wanted.
It was nothing. I have a family plot there, and since I've never been blessed with children, there was nothing to turn over a plot to lay Cleo to rest among those whom she spied to emulate. When are you heading back?
My train leaves is...
Oh, I was hoping we could have one more dinner before you go.
That would have been wonderful, but I really must be getting home. Her parents are having a hard time.
Henry, if there's anything at all you need from home, you have my number, yes?
I do, and I will. Bruce, thank you as well for everything you do. I'll make sure parents get that paperwork back as soon as possible.
I'll have it sent by the end of the day.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you as well, Miss Francis.
So, you got the studio to agree?
I didn't give them a choice. I spoke directly to our entertainment lawyers, had the papers drawn up. The studio can't do it.
Can't do anything about what? What's going on? Why were we called to be here?
Oh, I'm sorry, my darling. I've had to keep you in the dark, but certain things had to be taken care of before we could move forward.
What things?
Well, the studio was very upset about what happened.
What did happen, love?
We know what happened.
No, we only know what we saw. What really happened is whatever Bruce told the press. After all, if you read it in the newspaper, it must be true. Isn't that right, Brucey?
In this case, it would seem that holds true. Anyway, it'll be in all the papers on Monday. Cleo Genola, a rising starlet and leading lady of the upcoming film Queen of Atlantis, was found dead in her dressing room on Monday after a squabble with her lover and the film's director, Dexter Harris, ended with her shooting Harris and then taking her life by way of a drug overdose.
That's ridiculous. Why would anyone believe that? Why would she shoot Dexter and then overdose on drugs?
A gun will take away the one thing every aspiring actress counts, her beauty. Besides, the full fact will never be revealed, only what our people want the public to know.
But what about Sophia? It was her gun.
Sophia was in her dressing room at the time of the incident, waiting to start filming her scenes. Miss Ferrer is still owed a great many favors by the studio executives for her past endeavors. They have employed their longtime representatives, Berner, Miller, and Dean, to handle any issues or questions that arise. And since 2/3 of the film are already in the can, they felt it prudent to continue production. So I had a conversation with Sophia, spoke to the lawyers, and we had papers drawn up, stating that Cleo Genola will receive top billing for Queen of Atlantis, as well as any paid to her, including percentage of ticket sales. And that money will all go directly to her family in Idaho. I got the address from Henry. If the film does well, her parents will never have to work.
It's really fun. Wait, so if the film is continuing, then who's the director? Did the studio hire someone new?
I'll be replacing Dexter as the assistant director. It naturally falls to me to take over. Speaking of which, did you both receive the rewrites I had sent to your house last night?
Very moving, if I may say so. Your idea, I take it, Jonathan?
I felt it was the best way to honor Cleo and maintain her legacy. This may be her only leading role, but I wanted to carry her on through the generations. We owed her that much.
Okay, but what about me? I know I'm still involved in this film, but will the studio still honor the contract I signed?
That sounds so selfish after all that happened.
Oh, don't worry, darling. In a few years, you won't even realize how selfish you've become.
Yes, despite Dexter's untimely demise, Lynn Francis still has her 4 picture deals, including finishing out Queen of Atlantis in a leading capacity.
Wait, so that's just how things work around here? Someone dies and everything just keeps moving right along?
It's the nature of the beast, dear. It doesn't rest. It just feeds.
Of course, we care, but this is still a business. The cast and crew were given a weekend to breathe in their own way. Thanks to Sophia, they had a service for Cleo. The studio provided a lavish service for Dexter. Now it's back to work. Speaking of which, we have a schedule to keep, so if you are both ready, I'd like to start filming today.
Absolutely, darling. Where would you like us?
The new scene, Oceana's speech. Sophia, I want you standing here by the throne. Gwendolyn, Lynn, you'll be standing in front of the throne. You're speaking to the people of Atlantis. Did you get a chance to read the script?
Yes.
Great, let's get this in the can. Scene 47, take 1, and action!
People of Atlantis, my sister once told me, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. I stand before you in absolute sorrow. Aquas, our queen, my sister, is fallen.